Hello MPPNs. What happened to you? Are you sad because of the spread of coronavirus? Yes, I am sure you are missing your school, teachers, and your friends, right? Don't be sad. Be happy and joyful because MP Public School is there for you in this lockdown time, giving you study materials online. So stay home and stay learning. Dear students, today we are going to study science. The first chapter of class 5th science textbook is Essential Functions of Life. Let us go through this chapter. Before going to this chapter, let us see the contents of this chapter. The first one is movement, second response to stimuli, third respiration, fourth feeding, fifth growth, sixth excretion, and the last one, that is reproduction. Let us move ahead. Firstly, let me introduce this chapter for you. Living beings look so different, but they perform common functions. We look different from the insects and animals, right? But the functions that we all perform are slightly common. Okay, so we can say that living things look so different, but they perform common functions. They move, respond to stimuli, that is, feel and react, breathe, feed, grow, excrete, and reproduce. These are the essential functions of life. They perform these functions to stay alive. What for? What for we are performing these functions? To stay alive. Okay, let us move ahead. The first topic of this chapter is movement. Movement. The movement of animals from place to place in search of food, shelter, or mate is called locomotion. What do you mean by locomotion? The movement of animals, that is, the displacement of animals from place to place in search of food, shelter, or mate is called locomotion. The organs that help in this movement are called locomotory organs. What are the organs called? Locomotory organs. Just remember this word, okay? Now, as we all know, different animals have different locomotory organs. So, let us study them. Different animals and their locomotory organs are: large animals have legs to move, fish have fins to move, birds and insects fly with the help of their wings. Earthworm moves by contracting their muscles. Snakes move with the help of their scales. Plants are fixed, so plants don't wander anywhere but can move certain parts of their body. The famous example is of sunflower. Have you seen a sunflower? I have seen it. Flower of the sunflower plant always moves in the direction of sun. Okay, so let us move forward. Now let me show you some pictures regarding movement. First one is a bird flying. See, what helps it to fly? Wings. Secondly, deer. It is a land animal, so it uses its legs to move. Third one is fish. Fish uses her fins to move in the water. Let's continue. The second main part of this chapter is response to stimuli. Response to stimuli. Anything which causes a living being react or respond is called stimulus. What is the plural of stimulus? It is stimuli. What do you mean by stimuli? Anything which causes a living being react or respond. Okay, that is known as stimulus. Light, sound, smell, taste, touch and darkness are stimuli. If anybody asks you, what are the stimuli? Then you will answer light, sound, smell, taste, touch and darkness are stimuli. All living beings feel and react to their environment because they have all the five senses. Do you remember our sense organs? I think you have studied this topic in class first, right? So let's recall that. How many sense organs do we have? We have 5 sense organs. What are their names? First one, eyes. Second, nose. Third, ears. Fourth, tongue. And the last one is skin. So we have 5 sense organs. Repeat with me. Eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin. That's why all living beings feel and react to their environment. Okay? Reaction of a living being to a stimulus is called response. When we respond to a stimulus, then it can be called as response. Most animals respond to stimuli by either moving towards or away from them. An animal responds to stimuli much more quickly than a plant. This is a fact, you must remember it, okay? Now let us see some examples of response to stimuli. First one is mosquitoes flying around the candlelight. The mosquitoes and flies are responding to the stimuli. What is the stimuli in this case? It is the light. And what is the response? It is flying of mosquitoes. Understood? Second example is eyes close when light flashes on eyes. Eyes get closed when light flashes on your eyes. Here, what is the stimulus? It is light and the response is closing of eyes. When a loud sound is made, small animals like rats or cats run away. What is the stimulus in this case? It is sound. And what is the response? It is running of rats or cats. Understood? Ants and flies come on sugar. What is the stimulus in this case? It is taste. And the response is coming and settling of ants and flies. Earthworm shrinks on touching. When we touch an earthworm, it shrinks suddenly. Here, touch is the stimulus and shrinking of earthworm is the response. Night jasmine blooms only at night. Do you know what is night jasmine? It is a flower which has a pleasant smell. Okay, but it blooms only at night. Here the stimulus is darkness and response is blooming of the flower. A slight touch makes the leaves of touch-me-not plant fold. What is the stimulus in this case? It is the touch. And the response is folding of leaves. So let us move ahead. Now we will practice an experiment. From this experiment we have to show that plant responds slowly to stimuli. Materials needed are a cardboard box with a hole on one side and a potted plant. And the methods or the procedure involved in this experiment is: number 1, place the potted plant in the box. Firstly, place the plant in that closed box, okay? Secondly, let the sunlight come in through the hole which we have made in the cardboard box now. Let this setup be untouched for some days. Then you will observe that after 3 to 4 days, the plant bends towards the hole, or the plant moves towards the hole. Why? Because it needs sunlight for its growth, so it slightly bends towards the hole. Hence, we have proved that plant respond slowly to stimuli, okay? The next main topic of this chapter is respiration. Respiration. The inhaling and exhaling of air is called respiration. During respiration, what happens? Oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is released. So what is the work of, or what is the need for oxygen in our body? The need is here. Oxygen breaks down the absorbed food to release energy for life activities. The food that has been absorbed during digestion release energy with the help of oxygen. Okay. Different animals and their respiratory organs are. Let us see some respiratory organs of different animals. Earthworm respires with the help of its moist skin. Fish uses its gills for respiration. Insects respires through spiracles. Land animals, example, human beings, deer, cat, goat, lion, tiger, etc. respires through lungs. And plants respires through stomata. What is stomata? Stomata is a tiny opening in the leaf which is a site for the exchange of gases. Now let me show you some pictures regarding respiration. First one is fish, it respires through its gills. Second one is human, and the respiratory organ of human is lungs. Third one is leaf. See here, here is a picture of stomata. You can see a tiny opening in the leaf. I have told you earlier that stomata is the site for the exchange of gases. The next important topic of this chapter is feeding. Feeding. The process by which green plants prepare their own food is called photosynthesis. As we all know that animals cannot prepare their own food like plants. So, the process by which these green plants prepare their own food is called photosynthesis. This word photosynthesis is made up of two words, see, photo and synthesis. What do you mean by photo? Photo means not that one which you take on your mobiles. It is light. Photo means light, and synthesis means formation. Photo means light and synthesis means formation. Some plants absorb the food made by other plants like Rafflesia. Some plants absorb the food made by other plants. There is a name for these type of plants. Do you know what is that? It is parasite. Parasites are the organisms that absorb the food made by other plants for their nutrition. Okay, and its example is Rafflesia. Some plants like Venus flytrap catch insects by folding their leaves and digest it. Snakes swallow their food as a whole. What is the type of feeding in a snake? Snakes swallow their food as a whole. Fish swallow their food as a whole or in lumps. Herbivorous animals. Okay, first of all, tell me the definition of herbivorous animals. I will tell you. Herbivorous animals are those animals that depend on plants for their food. They are known as herbivorous animals. Okay, the animals that depend on plants for their food. So come back to our topic. Herbivorous animals cut and chew their food slowly. Carnivorous animals tear and chew their food. Who are carnivorous animals? They are the animals that depend on other animals' flesh. They depend on the flesh of other animals. For example, lion, tiger, jackal, etc. Mosquitoes suck the blood of humans and other animals. I think you are familiar with mosquitoes, so there is no need to tell you much about mosquitoes, right? Okay, let's move ahead. Let me show you some pictures regarding feeding. First one is, what is this? What is the name of this plant? It is Venus flytrap. I have told you earlier that Venus flytrap catch insects by folding their leaves and digest it. Second one is a cow eating a grass. It is a herbivorous animal. Third one is a mosquito. It is sucking the blood of a human being. The next main topic of this chapter is growth. Growth. As a plant grows, new leaves, new branches, new buds and new flowers appear. I think you must have noticed it that as a plant grows, small structures start appearing in it. Right? Small structures start appearing in it. They are new leaves, new branches, new buds and new flowers. A plant continues to grow throughout its life. There is no limit for the growth of plants. Like animals. Animals grow to a certain period of time and then stop growing. Animals include mammals also, and mammals include human beings. We have a certain period of time for our growth and then our growth stops. When a branch of a plant is broken or damaged, a new branch grows in its place, right? When a leaf of a plant is broken or damaged, then you can see a new branch or a new leaf on that plant. How? Because of regeneration. The plant might have the quality of regeneration. Now go through the definition once more. When a branch of plant is broken or damaged, a new branch grows in its place. This is called regeneration. Example of regeneration is when the tail of a lizard is broken off from the body, it grows a new tail, right? Have you seen a lizard having a broken tail? Okay, the tail will grow after a period of time due to regeneration quality in the lizard. Let me tell you some more examples. If a starfish loses an arm, a new one is grown. Second, if the body of a hydra is cut into two equal parts, two new hydras are formed. I think you have never seen photographs of starfish and hydra. So just search in the Google and find out what is starfish and what is hydra. Then you will understand this concept very nicely. Let us move ahead. The next main topic of this chapter is excretion. Excretion. All living beings take food. Digestion takes place. The waste produced may be a solid, liquid, or gas. As we all know, all living beings take food. For what? To stay alive. Then digestion of food takes place. Then the remaining waste products are produced, that can be in the form of solid or liquid or gas. The phases, that is the waste products, are solid and excreted out through anus. Anus is a particular organ used for excretion. Ammonia, urea and uric acid are water soluble wastes. You have to learn the three names. What are they? Ammonia, urea and uric acid are the water soluble wastes. They are excreted by urine and sweating. Carbon dioxide gas is a waste product of respiration and is breathed out. Excretion also means the releasing of carbon dioxide after respiration. Okay. Plants throw out carbon dioxide and excess water through stomata. I have told you earlier what is stomata. It is a tiny opening which is a site for the exchange of gases. So through stomata, carbon dioxide and excess water is thrown out. Some plants excrete out gums and resins. I know you have not understood these two terms, gums and resins. You will study about them in your higher classes. Next important topic is reproduction. This is the last topic of this chapter. Reproduction. The process of producing the new ones of its own kind is known as reproduction. What is reproduction? The process of producing the new ones of its own kind. They look just similar to one another. It is known as reproduction. Some animals like fish, frog, etc. lay eggs. And some animals like mammals give birth to babies, and babies look like their parents. Do you look like your mother or your father? It's a homework for you. Just go and stand in front of the mirror and then find out you like your face matches with whom? Your father or your mother. Okay. Some animals produce one baby at a time, others produce many. For example, a mice can reproduce as many as 32 young ones at a time. It is a fact for you, no? A mice can reproduce as many as 32 young ones at a time. And a frog lays 1,000 eggs at a time. Imagine 1,000 tadpoles. Oh my god. So we can say that some animals produce one baby at a time, others produce many. Plants produce seeds that germinate and grow into full plants. What do you mean by germination? It is the process of growing of a seed to a full plant. It is a process by which a small seed grows into a big plant. Some plants like potato, rose, etc. produce new plants from buds of stems or branches. Have you seen buds on a potato? You can get in the market also. If you happen to see that type of potato, then do one thing. Just go and bury the potato under the soil, then water it every day. You can see a tiny plant sprouting from that potato. I am sure. Okay, just do this activity at your home. Non-flowering plants reproduce from spores. This is known as spore formation, which you will learn in your higher classes. Let me show you some images regarding reproduction. First one is what is there in the picture? It is a small chick coming out from an egg. Second, the picture shows the horse and its young one. Thirdly, it shows a cow and its calf. Fourth, you can see germination of a seed. See, a small seed, then shoot develops, further leaves also develops, then gradually it grows into a plant. Okay, now we have come to the end of this chapter, or we can say that we have completed this chapter. Let us revise the contents which we have studied in this chapter. First one was movement, in which we studied that animals move with the help of locomotory organs or by contracting their muscles. Next, response to stimuli, in which we have studied that animals respond to external stimuli much more quickly than plants, and we also performed that experiment. Do you remember that one? By using a cardboard box with a hole in it? Yes, you got it. Third, respiration, in which we came across different respiratory organs like gills, moist skin, lungs, spiracles, and many more, right? Next one was feeding, in which we studied photosynthesis, parasites, mosquito, cow, and so on. Got it? Yes. Next one was growth, in which we studied regeneration, that is regeneration of lizard's tail, regeneration of the arms of starfish, and regeneration of the hydra. Next one was excretion, in which we studied about the excretory products of a body. Next one and the last one we studied was reproduction, in which we studied that fish, frogs, reptiles and birds reproduce by laying eggs, and mammals give birth to babies. Plants reproduce from seeds, buds or spores, right? Okay, now we have completed this chapter. Have you understood the chapter well? Have you any doubts? Now we are going to bind up this chapter. Have you understood this chapter? I am sure that you have no doubts on this chapter, right? Okay. Now we are going to bind up this chapter. Have you understood this chapter? If it is not so, then you can watch this video again and again till your all doubts get cleared. Okay? At last, I want to tell you that never be sad. Be happy and joyful because you are MPPNs. Just fight against Corona. Okay? We will meet soon. Till that, stay home, stay safe. Bye.